Hail, after a long time, I finally decided to make part two of this series called Why I Love Crush Speedrunning Part 2. Um, and there's going to be some, just this time, there's going to be some kind of, there's going to be lots of jank in this video you're probably not expecting. But without any further ado, um, let's get into it. Um, oh. Um, already off to a bad start. Already off to a bad start. Not doing a good job. Okay, so there's gonna be a lot of jank in this vid here. We're gonna show you some jank. So maybe the video is not audio's not that louder. Let me just adjust that real quick, and then we'll get back. I think this is fine for what we're doing. Okay, so first off, we're gonna be turning off the camera and explain what's going on here. So what just happened was a barrier boost double jump. Oh, it's more like a barrier boost triple jump, but you might have, if you might not have caught it. I'm gonna show you again, but I'm gonna actually frame advance this. So you might have noticed that I got a little bit of speed on this, and you can barely make it over this ledge. You can also get this puzzle piece while doing this, which is 100% of what I was talking about in a community post at one time. You go over here, then you just uncrush, get the shred marble, then go over here. I did this a little poorly because this trick's really hard. I've only got this like um, two times in my time running the game. I've tried. I think I got it three technically, but I didn't really do the attempt. But yeah, it's stuff like this. If I love Crush. Let me. All right. Let's see what else I could show you that why I love Crush so much. That same barrier boost can be used here, and it's another part of why I love this game. I mean, if it would let me pause, I'm gonna start around here because it's right around here. This, okay, I'm gonna show you here why. So I'm gonna show you the first trick first. Okay, you might not have noticed it if you're not a keen. I don't have a keen eye, but you might have noticed I got a bit of speed jumping on that. It's very precise to do this. I didn't mean to do that. Oops. Me. Okay, let me actually properly. So I jump here to get a bit of a precise angle, but you might see. You saw that? You saw that right there? I jumped off a very ledge. It's very hard timing this. And I got a full jump, and I was able to just exactly make it over. Now in Tash, you could probably get another jump out of it and probably make it in the thing quicker, but I'm on a task, so I'm not doing that. And yeah, that's another cool trick in Crush. Alright, there's some other things I want to show off of why I love this game so much. It actually comes in one of the other levels called Rocks in Your Head. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit how the in-game time actually works so people understand of how much of the in-game time is actually active. And the in-game time has an interesting quirk. So when in this cutscene, it's like telling you how to do the thing and push the switch, whatever. After you press X and that final X press is when the game time resumes. And so when this thing is happening here, this is a cutscene, and because you're not moving Danny, you can't move Danny. The in-game time is paused. Even then, a little bit was paused as well. So you're probably noticing why I keep this thing on screen is because the in-game timer pauses. So then I mash there because I don't need to mash anymore. You could theoretically get a lower time there if you do the if you wait for the platform to go down, but I'll leave that to somebody else to get. All right, moving on to the next bit of nonsense in this um, video is I don't think I've showed this off yet in any of my time doing like a very formal video about the game. So I'm gonna show an example of a level that you probably haven't seen uh, to a certain extent, and I want to explain how this works. It's in Dirty Sheets, the tutorial level, so I'll be showing off. We're not interested in any of this. We're just gonna get to this part. So how these slopes work? If you jump just as you're like right here, I don't think you'd see my mouse, but like I have to like put it on screen to like make this make any sense. So I'm gonna actually put the mouse cursor on temporarily to show you how this would make sense. You might notice this little thing right here. If you jump just about as you're about to go up here, there is a moment in time where you can jump and get a little bit of movement from your jump. And this means you can skip having it on crush and then crush again, saving a little bit of time. It's a real. I've tried this on console. It's a lot more difficult on there. But pretty much just the trick. You jump at just at the right time, and then you go over here. I'm moving my mouse so like you can see it. Jump right here, and then you go right here, and then you just jump. I think it's like right about here. Let me find the. Nice. Did not do anything. That's great. I love it when the player just does not work properly. I love it. Let me frame advance again. Okay. Hey. Okay, there we go. This is okay. That's frame advancing properly. So just to show you how precise this is, I'm gonna show you the frame advance technique. Okay. Wow. It just did it. Why did it do that? Like, what the fuck? Okay. As you see, I jumped right there. Maybe one. Why does it do that? I don't get it. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, it's just YouTube's player just being shitty. Oh my god, it's player being garbage. That's all it is. Why is it not working? What the fuck? It's not working at all. Yeah, Firefox just being ass. But yeah, so essentially you just jump on a very precise part of the level and it works. Don't know why this works. It just does. Um, we're gonna go over a few other things that it might have changed the last time you saw a part of this. So we're gonna go to Jolly Roger. Remember that barrier boost we saw from earlier? It makes really good use. You trying to get a bit extra speed before you get on really low um, death planes, trying to get across a short area where you can't normally get across. Which watch. All right. I jumped there, so I get a little bit of a slide. Now there is a very particular angle I want to take this, and I want to go at a particular angle. It's a very weird angle. So, so I want to go here for a very specific reason. I want to be in this spot because this spot allows me to do the berry boost. Now, you can't see the control thing because it was disconnected because there was a little bit of I forgot to reconnect it. But we're going to show off the thing, and I'm going to go over what this is. So I've showed Hilda this. She reacted to this on stream, and she was like, "Yeah, f this. I ain't doing this trick." But I'm gonna show you off real quick with this gas. So, so I do a jump in a particular way, and the way jumping works in Crush is you have a you can jump highest to really low with the crappy jump you have, and a 3DS is patched where you don't do that. You're not able to do that. So I'm just gonna slowly show you what's happening before I show off the. You can see the significant jump in speed. You notice that? Look at that. You saw it? You saw that bit of speed there? You saw that? You saw how significant that was? Yeah, that's called a barrier boost. And it allows you to get a little extra momentum to get across this gap. Because if you don't do this, you'll probably be dead the moment you try to get across. Because you won't have enough speed and you'll just die. Let's see that again in like full. And yeah, that's it's really cool tricks. So this gives you a lot of cool tricks. All right, I'm gonna actually remove the cursor because it's annoying me. Um, yeah, another thing. I'll show you the Castle Rock thing in a minute, but that's on trophy mode. I won't have it PB for that. But I do have it in the any percent route, so I'm gonna show that off real quick. So this game is really busted, and I don't even on the 3DS version you can still do the strat, but in fact, in the 3DS this is a bit easier. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if it's easier on 3DS. It's about the same. So what I'm trying to do is get this red marble over here. Turned off, but it should be turned off. I'm sorry, I'm yawning. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I want to get. There is a very particular way you could do this, where I don't do it in this video. I do it in my. I think I do it in my 100% run on trophy mode. But yeah, I'll jump right here, and I'll get this red marble. Which, by the way, you're normally supposed to go back all the way around after this. You're supposed to go up here, crush, let those platforms fall, and then get this marble. You're doing this a completely unintentional way. Um, Now I'm gonna wait for this. So now I make it just time for this platform to go up, and I'm gonna do a corner jump, a curved corner jump, and I'm gonna make it all the way to the end. Now, 3DS version, they actually put like a small little like thin block over here, so you can't get over here. So 3DS version, they technically patched this, which is kind of funny. All right, well, all right, and that's that level. I want to show some more reasons why I love this silly game. I find out a really cool one. Yeah, oh yeah, I want to show off Rush Job because it wasn't really talked about. This is Rush Job 80%. And for those who have not seen this, this is why Rush Job is based and cool. So I do an instant crush, and the reason why the instant crush is required here is because it actually makes that block pause. There's a block walker on the other side of this, on the other side of the level where the exit, there, the exit. And you want that, you want an instant crush, you pause its movement. This is very important. You need it to be at a certain place in the level to make this strat work. So I do a camera turn, immediate camera turn here to stop it again, and to also press this switch. Now the immediate crushes are very important here because it makes it so this block walker on the other side here, and matter of fact, kicking the ass. Okay. All right, and now we're gonna gas. All right, I think I need to lower the game audio again because I think it's screwed up again for this to actually hear what I'm saying. But yeah, it's so I'm gonna explain again. So you instant crush here to oh my god, it's still too loud. It's still too loud. Wait, why am I lowering it from here? I'm stupid. I could just do this. I gotta just do this. Oh, I'm stupid. There's a volume button right here. All right, so we're going to do an instant crush, and this is important because you want to make sure that block walker on the other side stops. See, it's right there, and now it's paused. When you crush the blocker or a pause moving, make it pause again. And now it's moving again, and now it's paused. Yeah, so that movement there, that little crouch jump into a double jump, is a bit annoying to do. I actually since replaced it with an infinite jump glitch. That you can still do that setup, but like it's. But yeah, that's one of the cool parts. You can watch the full run. I mean, I mostly gave it to you, but all right, let's show off some more cool levels here. Another cool use of the barrier boost is in this level. And you also instant crush. This is one of the few instances where you do on the turn right. A few instances in the speed run where you would do this. 80% in all levels, you do this. So I'm gonna turn the camera making this faster, but I don't think Hilda's gonna go for this trick. As you see, this is the very boost. So for those that don't know, this is not how you're supposed to do this level. You're actually supposed to do it in a way where you crush up there, you uncrush, you go over all around these little. We have to do this whole auto scroller basically, and you completely skip that. This saves like 20 seconds. It's a 20 second, like a little over, like the close to 20 second time save. It's actually insane how much this saves. That saves nearly 20 seconds, probably more. But yeah, that's that level. Let's do more levels here. Oh yeah, there's one thing I wanted to show you. And it's an example of a corner jump and teething time. Teething any percent that is. This isn't faster in real time, but it is faster for the IL, I think. And this is an example of how the in-game timer is kind of buggy and kind of weird on some levels, or you can take advantage of the cutscenes. And this isn't one of them where it's faster to do this. But yeah, part of it is because you lag right over here when you do this. Um, but yes, because you glitched up the level sequence order. Yeah, and that's a forced pause, so you lose a lot of time there. But the game time is technically paused until it says the. So the way that says stress on crush, the in-game time is technically paused in that situation. But you can do that in a lot of different ways. But yeah. Now let's do contain small parts before I end the video. Of why I love Crush PSP so much. Like this freaking like, if I could pause the video, if the player would actually work properly. Um, there are multiple ways of doing this glitch to get the. I find it. There's two different ways you can do this. This is one of the easier ones. I think one of the harder advanced ways, but it's slightly faster to do it this way. It's the last level we'll be showing off here. It's the DFDG. So it's a dimensional fall damage glitch, which is essentially a inverted FDG because you're crushing from 2D to 3D. You're going dimensional. You're changing the dimensions while doing a fall damage glitch. So it's a bit different use. There's a select levels where you can use this to mess with certain mechanics, maybe more in tests, but so I do this to go over here, get these marbles, that's 5, and then I go over here, and this is the under hobby that give you most of the rest of the marbles. You can do this, it's about the same time, but I think this is more consistent. So I turned the camera here for a setup. You could do this in pretty much any way you want. I just find this way more consistent, so I do it like this. And now I do a very specific setup where I go because I want to go in the middle here. You can do the corner method. You can go in the corner and then just show it. My mouse was showing stupid. Yeah, of course it's not showing up now. Yeah, here it is. You can do it with the. We can do it right here. There's like a spot right here in this corner. You can do it in, but you have to do the crouch out of it in a very specific way. So if you want to do the fall crouch method, I recommend doing this one. And you can go over here, which is a little bit faster than doing it the other way. So let's watch. If that way is easier for you, I recommend that way. Yeah, that's part of why I love Crush PSP. It is a very trick heavy game, and in Task, this game's gonna look so freaking awesome. Because in Task, you would abuse the barrier boost mechanic a lot more than you would here. There's stuff you could do on Faulty Tower that you can't do on there's some stuff you can do in tasks you can't do in real time because of how hard it is. And in tasks, you'd abuse the barrier boost a lot to gain a lot of speed. I'm nowhere near qualified. I don't know how to set the parameter properly to make it so I can run PSP. But yeah, these are part of the reasons why I love Crush. It's a very trick and cool heavy game, as you can see. Trick heavy game, as you can see. But before I walk out of here, I want to show you. You know what? Now we'll save it for next video. We'll save it for next one. We got to do more parts. All right. Thank you all for watching. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So bye.